I'm gonna try to squeeze this video in before our daughter's gymnastic meet in about 20 minutes. Since I am editing the video on the fly, I may not have any infographic to show you. But today I'm gonna talk about the B word, budgeting. I know it's not everyone's favorite. I know it is boring. I know it is tedious, but it is a good baseline for you to start doing if you haven't done so. Notice I said budgeting is a good baseline. It is meant to understand your current state. It is not meant to be judgmental at all. So for the next 3 months, just start recording every transaction, every category that you shop, understand where your income is coming from and understanding where your expenses is going toward, so you have a good idea where some of your money leaks is going. And you have a good idea where you should be cutting down and where it is non-negotiable, where it is life fulfillment for you and your family. You know, what I view as fulfillment is going to be different than what you and your family view as fulfillment. You know, I value technology, I value lifelong learning, and I value my kids' joy and happiness. Other people may value fishing, outdoor activity. Other people might be gaming. Everyone have different way of making them fulfilled, making them happy. So your budget should look different, and my budget should be different than your neighbor's budget. But before you start thinking about where to cut, your next 3 months is just simply tracking and understanding where your money goes. That is it. Once you get that 3 months of tracking, then you can sit down with your significant others if you have one, or if just you by yourself, figure out what are non-negotiable for you or your family, and then from there, work your way back. Know where you can cut, know where you cannot cut. If you're in a situation now where you live paycheck to paycheck, whether it is due to being in poverty or being broke due to wrong choices, I know it is hard to sit down and start tracking, because every time you see how the money goes, where you're always underwater, that feeling inside is hard to overcome. I know that because I used to be in poverty due to birth lottery for 20 years. I used to be broke for about a decade because of poor choices. But now I get to live a life of freedom, but it hasn't been easy. That's why I ask you, when you start budgeting, don't judge yourself. Just try to understand where the money has gone and where you can cut, where you need to keep. And your first time doing it is not going to be easy. I understand. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, when you go to grocery, you come out of stores $150 or $200, your heart starts to pump. And when you know that your bill is about to be due and you can't wait until the next paycheck, it's not fun to do. It's not fun to sit down and budget when you see that day to day, week to week, month to month. People use different methods to budget, whether it's an envelope method where you put money and allocate money to different categories: housing, grocery, utilities, streaming services, etc. And other people use the 50, 30, and 20, where 50% goes to needs, 30% goes to want, and 20% goes toward paying down debt and saving. I don't particularly like the first two, because envelope, I have no way of tracking to see how my progress have been. 50, 30, and 20 is not applicable to all people, because depending on your income, 50% to me may not be the same to you, because if you're making only $40,000 a year versus someone making $120,000 a year, 50% of 40 is drastically different than 50% of 120. The budget I like is the zero-based budget, where you take your total net income minus all your expenses, all your savings, and debt payoff. That should equal to zero. This way, all the money is accounted for. Prior to my 30-day challenge, where I record, edit, and upload the same day, I was working on the modified version of zero-based budget that makes it easier for people to track the budget and take some of the technical aspect out of tracking your budget, take some of the tedious aspect of tracking your budget. But I've been putting that on hold because the time it takes to record, edit, and upload the same day, it's very time consuming from morning to evening. But once I'm done with this 30-day challenge, I plan to go back and finish up that zero-based budget, a modified version of zero-based budget, so that you can start tracking and it's going to be more flexible regardless where you're at in your income level, regardless where you're at in the technical level. You should be able to use that zero-based budget to understand where your income is coming from and where your expenses are going, and where you can start cutting the expenses and where some of the expenses cannot be cut. But until I finish the modified version of Zero Based Budget, there are Every Dollar app by Dave Ramsey that you can look at. I have never used it myself. Or you can Google some of the Zero Based Budget Excel template that you can use and start using it until I complete the Zero Based Budget. Unlike other well known financial gurus out there, I won't be yelling or screaming at you or making judgmental statement as stupid for making the wrong choices. Because to me, making wrong money choices, making wrong financial choices is not always due to the same root cause. You know, some of us are poor because we were born into poverty and we have no one around us, surround us, to show you a better way, to show us a better way. Other people are poor because they make wrong choices that keep them broke, and when they keep being broke for so long, they get trapped into the poverty level. All income level can be bad with money. All intelligent level can be bad with money. You can be poor, you can be broke, you can be rich and still be bad with money. You can be smart, you can be intelligent or not intelligent and still be bad with money. You can be an hourly employee, a blue collar worker, and you can be a white collar worker and can still be bad with money. So being bad with money, it doesn't make you stupid. It just make you ignorant. I was bad with money, but I wouldn't consider myself stupid. You know, I've been very good at school, straight A's in high school, and graduated a bachelor's degree and had a very good, well-paying job and had promotion after promotion. But I was still bad with money. Being bad with money is not stupid. It's making the wrong choices sometimes or due to the birth lottery. Regardless on the true root cause why you are broke or why you're under poverty, if you take the step to understand where you are currently without being judgmental, start to track where your income is coming from, start to track where expenses are going, and from there, understanding the true root causes to you being broke or to you being under poverty, then you can start fix the root cause of the symptom that you currently face.